This is your digital first Pan-African news network, TOS Television. I am Mesafel Ajinamo, and you're watching TOS News Update. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, has arrested former Imo State Governor Rochas Okorocha. TOS News gathered that the serving senator was arrested after a 5-hour standoff with operatives of the EFCC at his private office in Abuja on Tuesday. The EFCC had in 2020 hinted of its plans to arraign the former governor for alleged embezzlement of public funds during his time as governor of Imo State. In June 2020, Usman Imam, the zonal head of EFCC in Port Harcourt, disclosed that he started the investigation of Okorocha when he was at the Enugu zonal office of the commission, adding that the ex-governor would be prosecuted after the investigation had been concluded. Imam added that the anti-graft agency froze about 7.9 billion naira in different bank accounts linked to Okorocha. And the management of the University of Abuja, known as Uni Abuja, and some unnamed institutions have been accused by the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board, JAMB, of illegally admitting students in the ongoing 2020-2021 admission processes. JAMB, in a statement issued on Tuesday evening and signed by its head of Public Affairs and Protocol Unit, Fabian Benjamin, declared the admissions conducted by the institution so far during the affected calendar year as null and void. According to the statement, the university, among other unnamed institutions, is reportedly issuing admission letters to candidates without recourse to JAMB. It also accused the affected institutions of requesting acceptance fees from the candidate. The Bauchi state government has announced plans to repatriate all commercial sex workers operating within the state back to their various states of origin. The permanent commissioner in charge of the Hisbat Corps in the Sharia Commission, Bauchi State, Aminu Isa, disclosed these at a pre-Ramadan sensitization workshop held at Bayangari area, a suburb of the state metropolis. He also added that before their repatriation, the commission will take their data through a head count of all the commercial sex workers operating in the state. Just 2 weeks into the judicial workers' strike, the Nigerian police force has lamented that it continues to battle overcrowding at its detention facilities. Judiciary workers had last Tuesday embarked on an indefinite nationwide strike in protest to the denial of the government to grant the judiciary financial autonomy, which was also affirmed by a federal high court in January 2014. The strike has, however, prevented the police and other law enforcement agencies from arraigning suspects in court, which have remained about since last week. And the National Primary Health Care Development Agency, NPHCDA, has partnered with the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, ICPC, towards safety and accountability in the deployment and administration of COVID-19 vaccines in Nigeria. The executive director of the agency, Faisal Shuaib, who disclosed this in Abuja on Monday, said the collaboration is founded on ICPC's threefold mandate of enforcement, prevention and public education and enlightenment to prohibit corrupt practices and other related offences. Shuaib also noted that the collaboration will ensure appropriate anti-corruption, accountability and transparency measures are established and sustained throughout the 4 phases of the COVID-19 vaccination campaigns. This is your digital first Pan-African news network, TOS Television, and you're watching TOS News Update. More from Africa and global scene when we return. Do stay. Welcome back. Across Africa, Somalia's lower house of parliament decision on Monday to extend the presidential term and that of the federal parliament by 2 years has been rejected by opposition leaders and the regional states of Jubaland and Puntland, as well as the country's Senate. Jubaland state government said the parliament's move was a setback to rebuilding the country's governance. A spokesperson for Puntland's president, Denny, tweeted that it was an illegal move by the out-of-mandate lower house. Former Somali Prime Minister Hassan Ali Khare in a tweet said the president will solely be held responsible for what happens or will happen. On the other hand, President Farmajo praised the decision and called on the Somali people to take advantage of the opportunity and participate in the country's political process. South Africa, the worst hit African country with the coronavirus pandemic on Tuesday, announced the suspension of the use of Johnson & Johnson vaccine shot as a precautionary measure following the United States Food and Drug Administration decision to pause using the jabs while blood clot cases are examined. Health Minister Dr. Zweli Mkhize said South Africa was halting the use of J&J jabs out of an abundance of caution, and he expects that the questions over the J&J vaccine should be cleared within a matter of days. Speaking to reporters, he said the country has given more than 289,000 jabs of the J&J vaccine to the country's health workers without any report of blood clots. The European Medicines Agency said it is currently not clear whether the J&J shot was responsible for the rare clotting disorders. Still on COVID-19 development, United States health authorities have called for a pause in the use of the Johnson & Johnson COVID-19 vaccine after reports of 6 severe cases of rare blood clots detected in more than 6.8 million doses of the vaccine. A joint statement from the FDA and the Center for Disease Control and Prevention clarified that the blood clotting was cerebral venous seamless thrombosis. It said that this type of blood clot needed a different treatment than usual. The common treatment may be dangerous, it said, and an alternative was required. All 6 cases were in women aged between 18 and 48 with symptoms 6 to 13 days after vaccination. On Monday, the police chief said the officer who fatally shot Mr. Wright mistakenly confused her gun for her taser. Late Monday, the officer who shot Dante Wright after a traffic stop in Minneapolis suburb was identified as a veteran of 26 years. The announcement came as protesters faced the police. 100 had gathered outside the Brooklyn Center police station for the second consecutive night, flouting the 7 p.m. curfew. The shooting took place in an area already at the center of a national reckoning over police officers' use of force against blacks. And in business, Egypt is demanding $900 million in compensation for the Ever Given cargo ship, which has been seized, that caused the blockade of the Suez Canal at the end of March. Traffic on the canal resumed on March 29th. On Monday evening, the head of the Suez Canal Authority had reported on public television negotiations to obtain compensation for the damage suffered when Ever Given was stuck near a week across the canal, crippling traffic on the crucial seaway. According to the SCA, Egypt lost between $12 million and $15 million per day. The canal was closed. According to Insurer Alliance, each day of downtime resulted in overall losses of $6 to $10 billion. You're still watching your digital first Pan-African News Network, TOS Television, and this is News Update. We'll bring you more updates on business, entertainment, and sport. When we return, stay tuned. Thank you for staying. We continue with business. Following Brexit, trade between the United Kingdom and the European Union partially recovered in February after a steep drop in January, according to official figures from UK's Office for National Statistics. The figures show exports to the EU jumped by 46.6%, that is £3.7 billion to £11.6 billion, following January's 42%. However, the Office for National Statistics said exports were still below last year's levels and imports from the EU had seen a weaker recovery. Last month's trade figures were the first since new trading rules came into force as a result of Brexit trade rule changes. The ONS said it was too early to make any conclusions about the impact of the new trading arrangement with Europe. As criminal case against Petro Union directors continues at the Federal High Court in Lagos, the Supreme Court would continue its hearing in the case involving the Central Bank of Nigeria, Union Bank of Nigeria, and an oil and gas company, Petro Union Oil and Gas Limited, over an alleged £2.5 billion fraud. The series of incidents upon which the case is based began in 1994, when Petro Union allegedly fraudulently procured a cheque from a branch of Barclays Bank in the UK with a value of £2.5 billion and presented it at one of Union's bank's branches in Lagos, with the claim that it had a contract purportedly for the purpose of constructing 2 refineries, a fertilizer plant and a cement paper bag plant. Subsequent due diligence investigations by Union Bank at the time revealed that a cheque or instrument dated 29 December 1994 for the sum of £2,556 billion drawn in favour of Gladstone Kukoi, an associate, was confirmed by Barclays Bank to be fake. And now to entertainment, music star Oluwatosin Ajibade, popularly known as Mr. Easy, released a short film 2 months after releasing his music EP titled The Dawn. The project, a Bow's direction film, is a 6-minute visual supporting the Killer Tunes and E. Kelly produced lead single of the music collection. The short film was shot in different locations in Ghana. The music narrator starred and produced the film. The film focuses on the protagonist's journey from a low life in a prison till he became successful as the man running the street. The film also revealed beliefs that Mr. Easy considers unchanging and also said some things are important in a Don's life such as trust, respect and loyalty. Other songs from the music star such as Legova, Decline and Operator has earned the artist more than 1.4 million units in the UK earlier this month. And in sport, British and Irish Lions head coach Warren Gatland has announced his coaching team for the 2021 tour to South Africa. Gregor Townsend, Robin McBride, Steve Tandy and Neil Jenkins will assist Gatland for the tour to the home of reigning world champions, the Springboks, as well as the pre-tour test match against Japan at BT Murray Field on Saturday, June 26th for the Vodafone Lions 1888 Cup. Scotland head coach Townsend will take charge of the Lions attack. This will be the first time the former Scottish fly half will have been part of the Lions coaching team, having previously toured South Africa triumphantly as a player in 1997. And in football in Nigeria, Nigerian captain Ahmed Musa is set to return to the Nigerian Professional Football League with Kano Pillars. 2A's news guided that Musa is considering a proposition to play some matches for his former club in Nigeria, Kano Pillars, in a move hoped to boost the local league and maintain his personal fitness. Musa is yet to play competitive club football since he left Saudi Arabian club Al Nassr in October 2020. However, a return to Kano could revive his career, a city where he spent 3 years before his first European sojourn in VVV Venlo. And that is today's news update on your digital first Pan-African News Network. For more updates, visit www.tostvnetwork.com. Do follow and like our social media handles on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. And remember to subscribe on YouTube. Stay with us and enjoy more programs on the network. I am Merciful Ajinomo. Thank you for watching.